Big day here out at Jets training camp. I am joined by one of my favorites, Connor Rogers. Thanks for coming out here, Connor.
It's great to be out here, Jeane. Seamlessly swapping out Connors for S&Y.
Easy enough to do. Easy enough to do. All right, so we were just chatting off camera. Looks like you were transported back in time.
It really was. I mean, look at Olu Fashanu out here, and it really gives you shades of when Ferguson was just such a reliable force at left tackle for this Jets team. And there's no hyperbole there. I thought he was the best player on the field here in camp today. He doesn't lose a rep. And we all know how talented he is as a pass protector. That was really his identity coming out of Penn State. But the strength he has gained to help out in the run game, he's moving defensive linemen off the ball consistently. You could hear Tanner Engstrand how excited he is about Olu Fashanu right now. It just feels like the Jets have an absolute anchor at left tackle, which is so impressive for his age, but he's ready for prime time.
All right, let's talk about the practice itself, because this practice has been heated up. There's so much more competition. Talk to Sauce Gardner. He said, this is the first time he's ever done one-on-one drills. What have you noticed?
Yeah, the compete level, right? And every guy here is talking about it, every reporter. It's the storyline of Aaron Glenn's training camp. And what I love about it, Jeane, is that best against best. How about Garrett Wilson against Sauce Gardner one-on-one? And you watch the first rep of them one-on-ones down in the red zone, and Garrett gets the best of him. Then in the second round, Sauce breaks up the pass. And you hear them talking to each other after each rep. That's what you want to see. You want the best against the best. And there's a reason the Jets have invested so much in both of these guys. There's so much excitement about both of these guys. And they're really representing the energy here for Aaron Glenn's first training camp as head coach.
Olu reminded you of DeBrickashaw. Who did those two remind you of?
Man, go back to another good Jets season that ended in disappointment, but Brandon Marshall and Revis had some battles out here at Florham Park, and you can kind of see the same way where you talk about the physicality from the cornerback, but then just the route running and also the ability at the catch point at wide receiver. So it was a little bit of a trip back in time.
All right, so we talked about Olu, we talked about Garrett Wilson, we talked about Sauce Gardner. Let's talk about some underrated guys. Give me your guy on defense who you think is most underrated.
This corner room is really deep, and it's not just that it's headlined by Sauce Gardner and they gave a big contract to Brandon Stevens, and you have the reliability and consistency of Michael Carter. How about a day 3 pick from 2 years ago in Quantez Stiggers, who played in the CFL? The Jets drafted him on day 3 2 years ago. I thought he looked excellent out here. Sticky, physical, really in the hip pocket of wide receivers and one-on-ones. Listen, it's easy to get buried on this corner depth chart, but Stiggers is making a case not only to make the roster, but to be one of those guys. If you have an injury or two, can you get some playing time this year?
What about on offense?
Brandon Smith, the wide receiver. Unlike cornerback, wide receiver after Garrett Wilson. We talked about how it's a little bit of a deeper group after Sauce. It's not like that after Garrett Wilson. This wide receiver room, there's competition. It's wide open. Everybody wants reps, and the reps are there on the table for them to earn. Brandon Smith. I mean, this is somebody that was once upon a time not even drafted at the NFL level. He is here in Jets camp using his size in the red zone. Had a couple touchdown catches from Tyrod Taylor today. Listen, Jeane, I mean, after Garrett Wilson, once again, there are so many reps to earn. Brandon Smith might not only make the 53-man roster, but can be utilized in the red zone for this team.
So overall impression of this team on a day of practice you watched?
I was just so impressed with the energy, and I know it's what everybody's harping on over and over again, and every player is talking about the physicality and the tackling drills and everything like that, but I think Aaron Glenn, listen, is going to result to playoffs right away. That's a lot to ask, but getting the mindset, getting the buy-in, and getting everybody ready to roll, not sleepwalking through September, this team will be ready to roll. I love the physicality.
Connor Rogers, always fun when you stop by training camp.
Thanks, Jeane.